Students, come to page number 24 so that we can discuss the exercise part, the vocabulary section. We'll discuss this. So come to this section. Read these sentences, note the word in color. Okay. Alice found it impossible to get through the door. She walked sadly down the middle of the hall. Here, the word impossible in the first sentence is a prefix. The word sadly in the second sentence is a suffix. So you must be wondering, what are prefix and suffix? A prefix is a group of letters added at the beginning of word to make a new word. So students, a prefix is a group of letters. So a few letters, when they are added at the beginning of a word in order to make new word, it's called prefix. Pre means when something comes before something, it's pre. Like a match is preponed, then it's happening earlier than its time. So when something is added in the starting point, it's prefix. So we have added I and M to the word possible. The word possible means when something can be done, it means possible. But when you add I M in the starting part, in the initial part, the word becomes impossible and the meaning changes. Now the meaning is something which cannot be done. So do you see that there is a word which means something, but it has been changed into different word just by adding two letters in it. In the beginning of the word, new letters are added, which are I and M. Let's see some more examples which are given here so that it will become more clear to you. Okay. Here are some common prefixes and their meaning. When some dis is added in front of something, it stands for not. Like in the word disappoint. Appoint is a word, when you add dis in the beginning, dis, dis in the beginning, it represents not. Then the word pre. Pre means before. As I've already told you, pre means in the beginning or before, earlier than something. Re. When you add re, the word's meaning will change, because re means again. When you add I am, im, the word meaning will change into without. Like earlier the word was possible, when you added I and am, im, it is something without possible, basically opposite of possible. Let's see the examples. The word approve. When you add dis in front of it as prefix, it becomes disapprove. The meaning of approve is to grant permission or to give permit. And disapprove means when you don't give permission for something, when you don't agree for something, it means disapprove. So suddenly the meaning has changed. They have become opposite. Earlier it was approve, and disapprove is opposite of it, and we made this word opposite just by adding these three letters in the beginning. So whenever we do this, we call this part as prefix. So here prefix is re. Re is the prefix, and we have added the prefix to the word write. Write means to note down something, and rewrite means, you know what is re? Again. It means write again. You'll have to write again. Teachers ask you to rewrite, like that only. Okay, next word is pre, which is added to heat. The prefix pre is added to heat. The meaning of pre was before, and when you add it to heat, it becomes preheat. means heat before. When you make a cake in oven, you have to preheat the oven, which means you have to heat the oven before placing the cake inside it. So that's the meaning when you add pre. So you should know the meaning of these prefixes so that you can understand the sense of the new word, the meaning of the new word, just by looking at the prefix which has been used. Now I am has been added to possible, which makes it impossible. Earlier the meaning was something can be done, but when you added im, it means it cannot be done. Okay, like this there are many words in English language. Here approve, heat, wind and possible. I think this is a printing mistake, it's not wind, it's right. Approve, heat, right, possible are the root words, which means it's the base word, it's the original word. The root word or the original word is a word to which prefix or suffix is added. Okay, this is prefix and this is the root word. Always a prefix or suffix will be added to the root word or the base word, the original word. Now I hope that prefix is clear to you. Let's move on to suffix. Suffix is a group of letters added to the end of word to make a new word. It's opposite of prefix. So when these words are added on the end of a word, they make a new word, it's suffix. So like less is a suffix, it means without. Full is a suffix, it means full of, filled with. Able is a suffix, which means able to, means you are you have ability to do it. Okay, examples can be when you add less as suffix to the root word fear, the result is fearless. See, we are adding the suffix in the ending. Earlier we were adding in the beginning. So this is the difference between prefix and suffix. Prefix is added in the beginning, suffix is added in the ending. So less is added to the root word fear and the new word is fearless. And less means without. So something fearless is which is without fear. When you are not scared, when you are without fear, you are fearless. Same. Advise plus able. Able is suffix, becomes advisable, and it means you are able to give the advice, you have the ability to give advice. Similarly, careful means you are full of care, you are taking proper care. Cost plus ly becomes costly, it means that something is expensive. Here fear, care, advise and cost are the root words. We add the suffix ing, ive, full and able to form adjectives from verb. Okay. You can also make adjectives from verb, which has been done here. Now let's go to the next page and see what exercises have been given to you. Okay, here are some examples of verb which have been converted into adjective. Sleep, when you add ing to sleep, it becomes sleeping, which is an adjective. When you add ive to talk, it becomes talkative. When you add full to use, it becomes useful. When you add able to comfort, it becomes comfortable. So these are all verbs. These are the actions or state of a person, that's why they are verb. And these are adjective, which are used to tell the quality of noun. Okay. I hope that you will be able to do the part A on your own, part B on your own, and let's see if there is another question on this topic. So let's try to attempt it. Rewrite each word by dividing it into the root word and the prefix or suffix. So here you don't have to make the word, you have to break the words in root word, prefix or suffix. So I can help you in the first one, like count is the root word, less is the suffix. So you will break these words like it was done on the previous page. It was done here. You will write it like this. Dis plus approve was here. So similarly you will write count plus less. Count is root word and less is suffix. Okay. In disagree, dis is prefix, agree is root word. So you'll write dis plus agree, and you will mention that this is prefix and agree is root word. So you'll attempt the A part like this, and in the B part you have to do the opposite. You have to convert the word you have to add the prefix suffix to the word and make the new word, and then you also have to use it in a sentence of your own. So do this in your literature copy. Then the C part says use the correct suffix to form adjective and complete the conversation. So you will take hint from the word in the bracket and you will make a new word by adding suffix or prefix. No, in the question it's given only suffix, so you have to add only suffix. That is, you have to add new letters in the end of the root word to make the new word which has meaning. A word should never be meaningless after adding suffix. Don't add anything. Do you know what I saw today? Sister, what? I saw a rabbit in a garden. He dash face and dash attitude attracted me. His, you will add ings. His smiling face and cheerful attitude attracted me. Okay students, so in case you are very confused, you don't know what to do with this word, go to these the previous examples where examples of suffix and prefix was given. You can use things from here like dis, pre, re, im, less, full, able, ing, ive, full, able. Okay, use these to convert these words into new words of suffix. Add suffix, always add in the ending, because in the question it's clearly mentioned that you have to use suffix, not prefix, only suffix. So add in the ending. You'll add something here, something. Okay, like this you will complete this C part also. Let's see what's on the next page. Okay, so on page number 26 the grammar portion is given. You also have to do it and on today with today's date. Let's see what's in the grammar section. Read what Alice is saying. Note the words in color. So Alice is saying, it is such a boring day, what should I do? The rabbit is so cute, can I play with him? See, these words are highlighted. I and him. The word I and him in these sentences are personal pronouns. A personal pronoun can either be the subject of or the object of a sentence. The word I is the subject pronoun and him is the object pronoun in these sentences. You know that the verb in a sentence shows the action. Verb in a sentence shows the action. As I already told you, it talks about action or state. So it tells action. The subject of the sentence is the doer. Doer is the person who is doing something. He is the doer of the action, and the object of the sentence receives the action. Therefore, usually in a sentence the object comes before the verb and objects comes after the verb. So there is verb, and they are saying that subject comes before the verb and object comes after the verb, because verb is what is being done. For example, if you are if you say that I slapped Shyam. So if you say that you slapped Shyam, slapping is an action, so it will be verb, and this action is done by you, so you are the subject. And who is receiving the slap? It's Ram or Shyam, so it will be the object who is receiving the action, and the doer of the action, who is doing the action of slapping, is you. Okay, I hope this clears this topic. So the topic is about personal pronouns. What are pronouns? Pronouns are what replaces noun. You don't use noun again and again in one sentence because it becomes boring. If you talk like my name is Shyam, my name is Shyam. No, for example, if you start talking like my best friend's name is Shyam is very tall, Shyam likes to eat chocolate, Shyam goes to work in the evening, so it becomes very repetitive that you're using Shyam again and again. So in order to not bore the person of your sentences, you use pronouns. Pronouns like he. On the place of Shyam, because he's a boy, you will say he. My best friend's name is Shyam. He is very tall. He likes to eat chocolate. So like this, you're not repeating Shyam again and again, and in the place of Shyam you are using he. So Shyam was noun and he is pronoun, because pronoun is used on the place of noun. Okay, I think you have already done this in the previous classes. You already know what pronouns are, but just for revision I told you. Now we are talking about personal pronouns. Okay, when there is pronoun, there are types of pronoun, and one type of pronoun is personal pronoun. A personal pronoun can be subject or object. As I already told you, subject is the one who does the action and object is the one who receives the action. So there are two types of personal pronoun. In this sentence, Alice is saying, it is such a boring day, what should I do? Okay, do is the action and Alice is saying, what should I do? So I is the subject pronoun, because she is the one who has to do something. She is the one who is the doer of the action, so she is subject pronoun. And just because it is used for indicating her personal self, it is under the category personal pronoun, but the type is subject pronoun. And him is object pronoun. The rabbit is so cute, can I play with him? Play is the action and I wants to play with him. I wants to do the action of playing, so it's subject pronoun. And him is the one who will be played with, so he will receive the action of playing. Playing will be done with him, so he is the object. And because it's not noun, it's pronoun, it's called subject pronoun or object pronoun. So whenever you are using pronouns, first of all you will see whether or not it is a personal pronoun. Personal pronouns are used for yourself or the other person. It's not used for the third person. It's either used for the first person or the second person. It can be you, your friend, your family, but not they, them, third person. It can't be third person. So students, first you will check whether or not it's a pronoun, then you will see if it's a personal pronoun, and then you will see whether or not it's subject or object, whether it's subject or it's object. And that can be checked by checking the verb. What is the action and who is doing that action and who is receiving that action. Okay, according to that the person will become subject if he is the doer, and the subject will become the person will become object if he is receiving something. Like in the sentence, I want to play with him, the I want to play with him, So action is being done on him and I is receiving that, I is doing that action. Okay, let's move on. I hope it's clear to you. Here are a few more examples of subject and object pronoun. I called him yesterday evening. I called him yesterday evening. First of all, you will find the verb. Calling is a verb, him is a verb, yesterday is a verb, or evening is a verb, or I is a verb. If you will see, I is used in the place of some name of some person, so it's pronoun. Called is when you pick up something and you keep it to your ear and then only you call, so it's an action. It's an action. Him is again being used at the place of someone's name. It can be Ram, Shyam, Manoj, it can be anyone. So him is again a name, but we have replaced the name with pronoun. So I think I is pronoun, him is pronoun, yesterday is the previous day. Is it some kind of action? No, yesterday is not an action. Evening is also not an action. But called is an action because you pick something up, you're doing something. And who is doing something? I called him. I ने call किया him को. So I is the doer, called is verb, and him is the object. And also they are pronouns. I is pronoun, this is verb, and him is pronoun. So this will be subject pronoun and him will be object pronoun. Okay, if you are confused, please rewind the video, go back and hear again and again carefully what is verb, what is pronoun, and what is subject object. This needs to be very clear. Take this topic seriously. Now in the second sentence, we met them at the park. Find out the verb quickly. What is the verb here? Is it we? Is it met? Is it them? Or at the park? What is the verb? Verb is action word, where something is happening, moving, some action is happening. We is used at the place of someone. Them is used at the place of someone. At the park, it's a place. It's a place. Park is a place. It's a noun. It's not a verb. The verb is met. When you meet someone, you have walked and you have reached some place to meet them. So this is an action. So students, this is action. And we is pronoun. Them is pronoun used for, them is the pronoun used for the other person. Names we don't know because these are pronouns. What kind of pronoun is we? Is it subject or is it verb? We met them. We मतलब हम उनसे मिले, तो मिलने का action, it's being done by we. The action of meeting is being done by we. So the doer of action is always subject, and also this is a pronoun. Met is verb, them is again pronoun, but मिलने का action is being done on them. किससे मिलने जा रहे हैं? Them से. So it's object. The meeting is being done for them or with them. That is why it's object. Let's move on to the next example. She told me about the singing competition. She told me about the singing competition. So find out the verb first. She is being used at the place of some girl's name. So it's pronoun obviously. Told is when you how is the told done? It's the action of telling. When you tell something, you're moving your mouths, you are talking, you're making sound. All these are actions. You're doing something. You are telling. So told is the verb. Me is again pronoun, because me is some person, some noun, it's some name is being replaced by a pronoun. So rest is about the singing competition. Okay, so there is a verb between these two pronouns, and the action of telling is being done by she, so she is the subject, and the action of telling is done for me, so you are the object. Like this. In these sentences, the word in color are a subject of the sentence. For example, I in the first sentence and we in the second sentence, they are the doers of the action. The underlined words him in the first sentence and them in the second are objects. They are the receivers of the action. Similarly, in the third, the word she is the subject and me is the object. It's incomplete here for some reason. Object should be written here. So, personal pronoun. It can be the first person, it can be the second person, it can be the third person. I think in the above here, somewhere here, I told you that the third person cannot be personal pronoun, but sorry, it was not correct. Third person can also be personal pronoun when they're talking about themselves. So, first person is, who is the first person? First person is the one who is doing something. Second person is the one for whom things are done. Third person is the person who is not present but action is being done for them, or people are talking about them. So if you're having a conversation, for example, Ria is having conversation with Sam. So Ria is the first person and Sam is the second person. If Ria is talking to Sam, which means Ria is the first person because she is doing the talking. Sam is the listener, so he is the second person. Now Ria is talking about Preeti, who is not there, she is not listening. She is the third person because she is not there. She will come after Ria and Sam, that's why she is third. Sam will come after Ria because he is the listener, he is not speaking. Okay, but when Sam is talking to Ria, Sam is the first person, Ria is the listener, so she is a second person, and the person they are talking about is the third person. Now, first person can be I or me. This table is very important because it tells you that pronoun can be first person, second person, third person. Pronoun can also be singular or plural. Pronoun can also be subject or object. Okay, so you know first person, second person and third person. When you're talking about yourself, like I, me, we or us, you are using the first person pronoun. But for second person, you will say you. Usually it's you, nothing else is used. Be it boy, be it girl, be it anyone, you always say you. So second person mein, it's always you. In third person, he, she, it, him, her, it, they or them. Because you are referring to them, they are not there, you will say he. If Ria and Sam are talking about Preeti, they'll say that Preeti said this, she did this, okay, like that. So this is the third person pronoun. And third person pronoun can be subject or object in singular and subject and object in plural. In singular, you will say, if you're talking about only yourself, you will say I or me. But when you are talking about more than one person, you will say we or us. But in second person, it's all you, because we don't change it. In the third person, if you're talking about only one person like Preeti, you'll say she, or any other one person, boy, he, or non-living thing, it, or him, her, it. Then if you're talking about more than one person, you'll say they or them. Now, whether it's subject or object, that you'll have to check in the sentence. Usually I is the subject and me is object. When you have to convert the pronoun into object, you'll say me and the subject will be I. Or similarly, you can see in the table that he, she, it are the subject pronouns, and him, her, it are the object pronoun. So this table will help you recognize many of the subject pronouns and object pronouns. But I hope that you will not need this table. You must have understood by here till here only that you'll find the verb, you'll see who is doing the action and who is receiving the action, and you'll come to know who is the subject pronoun and who is the object pronoun. Otherwise, you can always remember these given in this box in order to check. Okay. Underline the subject pronoun and circle the object pronoun in each sentence. I took the package and gave it to them. You already know that I is subject pronoun and it is a object pronoun. It's also subject pronoun, but here the action of taking is being done by I, and both of taking and giving, the action of taking and giving is done by I, and it's being done for it. Sorry, it's being done for them. It's being done for them, not it. So I is taking the package and it's giving it to them. The action, yeah. Monica's son is very cute. I like to play with him a lot. So you'll do the rest of part yourself. Okay, so you'll do this also on your own because we are done with pronoun. And now we are left with dictionary skill. Let's see what's here. We've already learned the word in the dictionary that the word in dictionary are arranged according to the letters of alphabet. When we want to arrange words beginning with different letters, we have to keep the order of the letters of the alphabet in mind. However, when we want to arrange words beginning with the same letter in alphabetical order, we have to look at the second letter of the word. Suppose you want to arrange avid, anxious and abroad in alphabetical order. Now all the words beginning with the same letter A. How do we arrange these letters? We look at the second letter of the word. So students, the paragraph says that you already know that in dictionary we arrange words according to the letters of the alphabet. Like A will come first in the dictionary, words with B will come second, and then C. But when you have words starting with A, you have many words starting with A like avid, anxious, abroad. How would you know what will come first and what will come second? So for that you will not look at A, you will move on to the second letter, which is V, and in this the second letter is N, and if the second letter is also same, you will move on to the third letter. Okay, so that's what is written in this box. Here we will arrange these words: abroad, anxious and avid. This is because B appears before N and N appears before V in the alphabet. So they have arranged it like this: abroad will come first, then anxious and then avid, because B comes before N and N comes before V. That's why. So I think this is very easy. You'll be able to do this. this also. Okay, all this you'll do in the literature copy. That's all for today's class. Thank you, and please complete your work.